Our other great Jackie joins me here on set. Jackie DeAngelis of Fox Business joining me now. So it's very interesting, Jackie, how much bipartisan pushback you're getting from both people who worked in the Obama-Biden administration saying this is a huge mistake.
It's a huge mistake because of the environment that we're in right now, Martha. You pay off the student loan debt of these individuals that are going to tap into this program. They're going to take that extra money. They're going to put it back into the economy. That's the same problem that we have right now. Too much money chasing too few goods. That's only going to keep us elevated at this 8.5 level, if not drive us higher. The impact of the so-called Inflation Reduction Act and the forgiveness of the student loan hasn't been seen in the economy just yet. The 8.5% number that we saw last month, you could see that tick up at this point. I mean, it's really scary when you think about the kind of spending that has come from this administration. $4 trillion in 19 months, and then add to it another 500 billion.
Very interesting back and forth with Peter Doocy and the Education Secretary, Secretary Cardona, asking, so who's going to pay for this? It doesn't just poof disappear, this debt. This is money that was lent. So what happens? Watch this.
To the fairness question, the people that are sitting at home,
right,
having just paid off their student loans or having paid them off years ago, what's in it for them?
When we address some of the issues that could lead to default payments or default borrowers in the future, that affects everyone. We should be proud that we're able to help Americans that need help right now.
But just the final one on this,
sure,
the people that already paid their student loans,
right,
they don't get anything out of this deal.
Right.
That's right. Okay.
That's right.
It is right. And it's not just them, the people who paid back their loans responsibly. What about the parents who broke their backs to send their kids to school so that they wouldn't have loans? Or the people who went to trade school so that they could do something else and not have to pay for college and be saddled with this kind of debt? There was a great article on Fox News Digital about a couple in Florida. They had $190,000 in student loan debt. And what they're saying is, get a budget. We paid ours off. We started a second business. We worked harder. We cut back and didn't spend as much. We didn't take that vacation. We didn't buy that flat screen TV. But you know what? We paid it back. We did it responsibly.
You know, the thing is, we're sort of feeding the beast here because the more federal help there is, the higher the price of education, of private education in particular, right? Because the federal government is pouring money into these private institutions through all of these loans, and then they jack up their prices. So look at how much the top 10 of the top U.S. universities in endowments, more than $200 billion these universities have. They have enormous, enormous resources. So why are taxpayers, many of whom didn't go to college perhaps, paying the loans of people to go to these schools?
It's a good question because these universities, private universities, are basically functioning as for-profit businesses. And that's what the endowment is all about. It's like Apple having all this cash on its balance sheet, right? So they go invest that money, and you would hope that some of it comes back and is reinvested in the school. But what is going to happen, this is all going to get baked into the cake. So when they know that the government is going to forgive your $10,000 or your $20,000 in loans, they're going to raise the price of tuition and say, well, the student could be pushed a little bit more to borrow more. This brings us back to this Band-Aid principle, right? They're slapping a Band-Aid on the fact that tuition costs are going up rather than addressing that problem, sort of similar to what they're doing with the IRS. Let's beef up the IRS, put more agents out there instead of addressing the tax code to make sure that the rich actually do pay their fair share. The Band-Aid approach never works. In the long run, it's going to cost students more. So the kids that are, approaching college now, I fear for them even more than the ones that are trying to pay back these loans because the tuition costs are going to become astronomical.
Yeah, it's nuts. As a parent who has sent three kids to college, and I know a lot of you can relate to that out there. So the government releasing some new updated numbers today on a key indicator of economic growth. Inflation-adjusted GDP shows that the economy shrank at 0.6% annual rate in the last quarter. That's slightly better than the original estimate, which was a 0.9% shrinkage of the U.S. economy, but you still have two negative back-to-back quarters of GDP contraction, which is a recession. And the new survey shows that a huge concern for Americans who are now preparing for this extended downturn potentially. Right. What do you make of this adjustment on this number?
It's a slight adjustment, but it depends, of course, and I say this tongue-in-cheek, how you define recession, right? The White House doesn't like two consecutive quarters of negative growth, but that has traditionally been what indicates that we're going to see headwinds going forward. All the CEOs in their conference calls, in the earnings guidance, bringing down some of those estimates, are saying it's going to be rough and bumpy moving ahead. I call Labor Day sort of this tipping point, right? Everyone had their last hurrah this summer. They're going to come back. They're going to have to tighten up their budgets to be able to deal with what is coming ahead. And that's what these numbers indicate, which is why it's such a dangerous time, Martha, to be spending this kind of money. And the administration keeps touting, well, we're bringing the deficit down. We're bringing the deficit down. The deficit tripled in 2020 because of the pandemic, because we were in an emergency. They're bringing the deficit down in this, you know, from this inflated level, and they're saying, look what we've done. Let me just give you one more stat about 2021. Biden said, I brought the deficit down $360 billion. If he would have spent nothing, it would have come down $1 trillion on its own.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great point. Every time they talk about bringing down the deficit, it's coming from this extreme situation of pouring money into the economy to try to save it during the pandemic. So carving off that number is not really the huge achievement I think that it's often made out to be.
Right.
Plus, this student loan deal negates all of the gains in that deficit when you look at it over time, right? So all the money that's being spent on student loans just wipes away that reduction in the deficit that you've heard so much about.
Yeah, and they're saying we're going to bring the deficit down another $1.5 trillion this fiscal year. I don't see how the math adds up given what they've spent and what they've added here. And I just will make this final point, which is that, you know, at least Congress has passed most of this spending, and it has been bipartisan to a point. This was done with executive action, and many people are saying this was just the wrong move ahead of the midterms. Right move for Biden.
Well, it's clearly a move aimed at helping them in the midterms. Whether or not it's a legislative move that is actually appropriate constitutionally is another wall that they're likely to run into here. Thanks, Jackie.
Thank you.
Always good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.